these kids tried to kill themselves 12 times.
And they failed.
And they failed.
Oh my gosh.
You guys suck at killing
some
yourself.
of them were all like. I spent probably 2 hours just reading about this person. Ooh. When I came across this article about this guy named Larry Ray, I was like, this sounds like a long story, and I could not stop reading it. So I encourage everybody who hears about this, we're not gonna be able to cover all of it because it's insane, but read about Larry Ray and figure out what he did at Sarah Lawrence Liberal Arts College because it's insane.
What, did he learn about lesbian dance?
Is that what they do at those colleges?
Lesbian dance.
So this guy, right? This college is called Sarah Lawrence College in New York. It's liberal arts. This dude ends up moving in with his daughter at her dorm.
What?
Yeah, but it's weird because
is that even legal?
No, it's not.
I don't think so.
Because it's age restricted, right?
You try to be the RA or what?
For students, yeah, you can't do that. But the crazy thing is that his daughter that's going there, she's been talking about her dad forever. She's like, my dad's this amazing person. He was like he blew the whistle on the CIA and did all. They kind of regard him as this like liberal hero, so they respect him before even meeting him, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Why is he like a prominent member like in the liberal community?
He's done a lot of like governmental things that are kind of like anti-government, but it's not what you think it is.
So it's not like Biden liberal. It's like off the fringe liberal. Like what? I don't get it.
That's kind of.
So he's a legend somehow, is what I'm trying to point at. Like,
well, it's not true.
oh,
They're lying.
It is, but it isn't. So he actually. So that's the crazy thing is in all the reports that you see, it's gonna seem like, oh, this guy just lied. He stretched it, but he didn't lie. It's super stretched.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is he arrives at this college. Everyone's so happy that he's gonna move in. I think there's like 6 of them in this dorm, in this like little house that they all share. They're excited he's gonna come because they love the idea of this guy, like Larry Ray. He's like in his I think he's in his 50s at the time that he moves in.
Extra weird.
Wait, but liberal arts college is like, isn't that like an alternative school? It's not like high school, but it's like the special high school that focuses on like all the arts.
It's a college for
Liberal arts.
If your major is going to be something in liberal arts, yeah.
I thought it was the
Liberal arts college. Is it a college for liberal arts?
Oh no, because I thought like it's like, you know, in the UK they call high school college and shit, and then it's like, never mind.
This is in New York.
Okay, never mind.
So
UK guy.
what happens here is he moves in with them, and then they just admire this guy so much. He kind of starts to become this father figure for all these kids.
He's fucking young pussy, dude. He is fucking the shit out of these 18-year-olds.
God, it's insane.
The fact that you want to move in with your daughter in her dorm.
That is the route to people. Every person who has opened up a cult, that is what they do.
Yep.
If you want enlightenment, suck my dick.
Yep.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I almost sucked it.
I know. Bikram yoga. Let's start with that.
That's why this is one of my favorite cults here, JK.
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, how many times has he sucked dick, dude?
The crazy thing is they actually, because they are so vulnerable, all of these kids has a history of depression.
Of course, they're liberal arts.
Of course.
You know, I know we make jokes, but for reals.
Which is like, I hate to say it, but like when you read the full story, every one of these kids has so many like self issues.
Oh.
And like, so what happens is he gets these like kids kind of under his wing, and then it just gets so intense where he starts making them write these like apology notes whenever he claims they damaged something in the house, which he's making up entirely. He'll be like, oh, someone broke the stove. Hey, you did it. You now have to like write this thing. And they would just obey his every command.
Fuck you, dude.
It becomes this abusive like cult situation where he starts forcing them into doing things. It becomes like public humiliation where he had this one kid, this is one on Patreon, but he had this one dude like this one dude felt like he might be gay. So, and he kept telling him he's not gay, and then he forced him to like wear a dress and get the mail, and then forced him to jam a dildo in himself in front of everyone while everyone laughs. To like,
how's that gonna help him not be gay?
He would make these things up.
That would make him more gay. It would make me more gay.
Yeah, and then he alienated them from all the families, like what always happens. In the total count from the time that this happened to the time that it ended, these kids tried to kill themselves 12 times.
Oh.
And they failed?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And they failed.
I was like, dude,
Oh my gosh.
you guys suck at
And
killing
some
yourself.
some of them were on like, prior to meeting him, some of them were already on antipsychotic medication.
Why is there so many fucked up kids at this college?
Liberal arts,
I
baby.
know.
That's true. I said my
Craziest thing is that he managed to trick one of the girls for 4 years. He managed to trick her into thinking that she had tried to poison him.
What?
So to make amends for that,
Just to suck his dick.
he forced her into prostitution, in which she made for him $2.5 million in those 4 years.
Bitch. Hold on a second. This girl must be fucking hot as fuck.
Or she works a lot.
High and dumb.
Or is it a numbers game?
It's gotta be hot and dumb.
High volume.
Listen, I'm not making a joke. I'm serious. Like, do you have any idea like how much he would have to charge for her? Like, she must be really beautiful. She must be up there, dude.
Cause she's making OnlyFans money, but she's doing it in real life.
But for over 4 years?
The list of what he made these kids do is so insanely long, and it lasts so.
How come nobody was like, why is this 50-year-old living in the dorm?
That's another thing. So the dean of students, who's supposed to blow the whistle on that,
He was a fan.
he kept saying, I can't do anything about it because parents have the right to visit their kids. And they would just say, oh, he doesn't live here, he's just visiting.
Because they like them.
But then the dean's like, yeah, I can't do anything about it. That's her dad.
Wow.
And that guy's on record, like, in this whole case as, like, having not done anything when he was supposed to. But the crazy thing is, in that school, they're so tolerant about everything that they never...
Because it's too liberal. I mean, the word liberal is like fucking just accept it all.
Yeah.
What's the actual definition of liberal? Like chill, right? Everybody's chill.
One of these kids, I call them kids, but they're one of the dudes had two sisters that he introduced to Larry.
Oh, no.
Older sisters that were very like educated. One of them had already finished med school and was in like a residency to be a doctor. She quit that to be with Larry Ray.
Oh, he's
and became
charismatic,
one of
huh?
his like slaves.
Damn, listen.
This guy's a cult leader.
Dude, how does he do it?
That's the crazy thing. So if you read the full story, it details every single thing he did, and you start to go, oh shit, like it's the real step-by-step thing, and the slow burn and the trickle to get their minds to change, and you are really like, this guy's a master. And then
I want to see this sociopath.
I want to.
It's crazy.
He's a full-blown sociopath.
Yeah, I want to
See how he works.
so the crazy thing
Crazy.
is, in the beginning, you read about all the shit that he's bragging about. You're like, okay, sure you did. Then the journalist goes into the actual true records of what he really did do, and it's almost as impressive. It's just not accurate.
So that's how he can lie.
Wow.
He was connected
bends it.
he was connected to Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, loads of like really important people. He helped some guy become the police commissioner of New York. And when that guy didn't save him from this case, he ruined that guy's life, and he had to like step down.
What the
He had
fuck?
like
So he had
immense
dirt
power.
on people.
Yeah.
Wait, so in the
Yeah.
thing that you read, he detailed how he manipulated
It's
people?
all literally to the almost like to the day, like what he did and how he did it.
Wow.
Now all of these kids are off that spell. I don't know about the daughter, but all these kids escaped eventually the whole mentality, and they now realize what was happening, and they've all put their stories together. And he has now been prosecuted. He's 63 now, and he just got sentenced the other day to 60 years in jail.
Is he hot?
No, he's not. He just looks like a bald, big white guy.
How the fuck did he do that?
This is gonna be a Netflix doc for
got
sure.
skills.
So the thing
I
is,
can't wait for this Netflix documentary because I gotta know about
yeah,
this.
there has to be a doc because it's so intense. And the crazy thing is, like,
He's a social
he just
magician.
understood how to prey
Yeah.
on the mentalities of vulnerable young people.
Yeah.
To where he became this guide. It was the craziest thing. And he would make them have sex with each other, and he would watch, and then he made his landlord come and join and fuck them. It's the weirdest shit.
Wow.
Dude, and his daughter is just like in the
His
middle.
daughter entirely complicit in the entire thing.
That's why she's probably like, yeah, my dad's awesome. He's gonna come in.
Yeah.
Is she gonna get any punishment? Is she involved? Is she,
I believe she's a co-defendant.
She has to.
I believe she's either a co-defendant or someone else is a co-defendant because the crazy thing is they look at his whole like activity sheet from even pre Sarah Lawrence College and that whole thing, and every person he's come in contact with, he was able to so successfully scam them that the people that were gonna assess his mentality didn't want to do it because they thought he would get them too. Like the professional people that are gonna be like, is this guy crazy or not? Let's run a test. They were refusing to test him.
This motherfucker's just got mind control powers.
They were like,
You're
"He's
just
so
afraid."
good." He's so good that we're at risk.
That's like some Charles Manson level.
Isn't
shit.
that-
I wish a motherfucker would, dude.
Isn't that scary, dude?
Next thing you know, you're all sucking his dick.
I know, there's like a clip of me just going,
Leaving his office.
Dude.
he didn't do it.
So just remember this story of Larry Ray. Like,
Larry
that's
Ray.
going to come back around in a real big way because now...
How did you find this one up?
It was just a headline that, Larry Ray got sentenced to 60 years. And it was like a big deal. And I'm like, why? And then there was just this long...
It was just so fascinating, probably. Huh?
It took me 2 hours to read the whole thing. And I was like...
You gotta send me that
Gotta look
stuff,
at that.
man. I'm so curious.
Yeah.
I really need to learn how to do this.
Did you have a master class that we could join?
It's
Oh,
almost
not
like...
the young people thing, just to learn how to like control people like that. That's pretty crazy.
Or live in a dorm.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
nice. You get cafeteria food downstairs.
Dude, he was on.
I miss that life.
Even the parents of these kids, when they found out what was happening, would go to confront him.
And then suck his dick out.
They would end up writing him checks.
What?
He had gotten at least $200,000 from some of these parents in overtime, even though they knew that he was manipulating them and they would try to stop it. He would flip it somehow, and they would end up paying him.
Dude, I gotta know.
He knows voodoo magic. Dude.
Yeah,
There's
bro.
no fucking
It's
way he's doing this with his
insane.
work.
But you know what though? He's dealing with white people. I want to see him do this to a Chinese aunt.
Oh, impossible, dude.
That's true.
Impossible.
He probably knows the crowd he could do this
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
They
yeah.
will walk up and check the thermostat. You use the fucking heater. You're not a real money guy, are you?
There's no record of him interacting with anyone Asian, actually. It's all
62 degree.
Hispanic or Indian. Hispanic, Indian, it sounds like.
Indian.
And just white.
You know, getting the Indian auntie to pay him 200 grand is a pretty big deal.
He must be really good, dude.
This guy's good.
I think it was it might have been the Indian person that quit med school or quit the residency. It might have been, and then
That's
became one of his like girlfriends. There's like 2 that he had.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's like he's like a better version of Andrew Tate. Like he can manipulate the fuck out of these people, like with actual accounts.
Dude, if this guy had a YouTube channel,
The fact that they're willing to legally state that every person in his record that he came in contact with was a victim is crazy. They were like, he doesn't have one person.
That's a textbook sociopath though.
yeah.
Even the place where he lived, like his apartment that he had in New York, was given to him by a person that he eventually backstabbed in the future.
It's so easy. Now I wouldn't say I wouldn't know this personally because I've never done this, right? But you know people who are falling into like really dark times, and they're just looking for anybody to give them like a little speck of light, and they see it and they attach onto it. That's how a lot of people join cults.
Yeah.
Like overzealous religious people. They were in the worst part of their life, and they're like, well, this religion saved me. It's like, or you were just in the shittiest place on earth, and the right person at the right time said the right thing.
Yeah.
And they just start taking everything from you, and you're just so grateful from that one moment that they saved you here, that whatever you give to them is never enough for what they gave you.
Right.
Right. And I've seen that happen so many times. I know a personal friend from high school. She used to have so many issues with her mom because she was so devout Buddhist. She would give like 50% of their income to the temple. And
50%.
and they were so fucking poor because of it. Not if they kept that money, they would have been perfectly fine. But her mom kept giving half of their income to the fucking temple. And so what would they get in exchange? Like a fucking monk would come over and bless their place, but then she would get so frustrated because she's like, until this day, this is why she's super agnostic. She fucking hates religion because that part ruined her life. Because her mom believed, she was such a devout Buddhist that she felt that her mom would rather have her family suffer and give it to this temple than take care of her.
That's like why the guy killed Shinzo Abe because of the Unification Church.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man.
Ooh.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so if you guys ever have time, read the story of Larry. Or wait till the documentary comes out. I'm sure it's being made now. The scariest thing, truly, is reading the notes and the accounts and feeling manipulated yourself. Because you're like, oh, it's such a slow drip, I swear. It's like when you read it as a whole, it doesn't affect you. But when you get these first-person accounts of what he's saying to them word for word and what he does to them, like word for word, you start to feel like, oh, dude, this guy's a tactician of like a highest degree.
Yeah.
The more you read it, were you like, dang, I'm gonna go fucking write a check for this guy?
You're writing a check as you're reading
I need
it.
to go suck his dick.
Larry Ray.